Always reach for good mustard. This is great stuff. Let me show you how to make a true Dijon mustard that is absolutely fabulous. I can't keep this. I've made about 30 jars in the last month. My friends, they wiped me out. 1 jar left. I'm going to show you the ingredients just a moment, but I got to tell you something. When I think of these little mustard seeds, so very small, but yet they're hot, very biting, I think of Alexander the Great. In a study that I did years ago for our church, I was sharing how that Alexander the Great was coming against the great king of Persia, greatly outnumbered. And the king of Persia sent a messenger over to Alexander the Great, and he sent a large bag of sesame seeds, which was to convey the idea, you're vastly outnumbered. Alexander the Great sent back a small pouch of mustard seed. I'm going to tell you in a little while what happened. But let's first talk about ingredients. Now, you want to get organic brown mustard seeds. They're the hot ones. I get them from Frontier. I buy them on Amazon. And also the yellow mustard seeds. So there we have that. This is all you're going to need to make a great Dijon mustard. You're going to have coconut vinegar, or you can get a good champagne vinegar. It really doesn't matter, but I just happen to like this. And then my favorite winery, Sycamore Creek, I'm using their naked Chardonnay, and this adds great flavor to it. And you're going to use just a teaspoon of salt. You need a jar, and let's begin the process. Let's take and pour the half a cup, is all we're needing, of the brown seeds into the jar. Then we're going to pour a half a cup of the yellow seeds into the jar. A teaspoon of salt. Just put it in. 1 cup of the vinegar. And it looks like I'm using that all up. And we're going to use 1 cup of the Chardonnay. Guess what, folks? There's enough Chardonnay left tonight. You can celebrate with a glass of wine with your favorite one. This is great stuff. Once you get this in the jar, all you're going to do is shake it up, get the salt mixed up good, and you're going to leave that on the counter for the next 4 to 5 days. And it'll start fermenting. You don't need a airlock. You just seal it up, not tight. And each day, I like to shake it. And that's all you're going to do. And then you're going to refrigerate it. This is exactly what I have done. I did this ahead of time to show you. So this was 5 days. And now it's ready to actually process. And you'll see how that we're going to go from this process here into a very delightful mustard that you won't be able to keep in the house. Let's blend it up. And there's only one thing we're going to add, and that's about, 3.5 tablespoons of honey. But before I do that, let me finish the story I was telling you. Alexander the Great, when he sent that little pouch of mustard seeds over to the great king of Persia, he was saying, we may be small, but we are biting like mustard. It wasn't long after that they met there in the river, and Alexander the Great changed the course of history. A good historian will go back and look and realize that Alexander the Great became the 3rd great empire in the world. And that's the story of the mustard. And so we're going to pour the mustard now into our Vitamix. I'm using a Vitamix. It will make it a little finer than like a Cuisinart processor. Put your honey in, because honey gives it a nice added flavor. So we're going to put in the honey, and then we're going to blend it. The honey's too good to, don't want to waste it. This is natural honey. This is not processed. So we're going to start, I'm going to start a little lower, just to be safe. And I'm going to turn it up as I go. Now I'm going to switch to high. We have wonderful Dijon mustard. Just scrape it out, put it into a jar, and this is going to be mustard for my friends. You can see this mustard is the aroma is wonderful. I haven't tasted it yet. Incredible. I love creating things for people to really enjoy. I want you to think of something. Jesus told a parable once about a mustard seed. If you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, then you can say to this mountain, be removed, and it'll obey you. Now, what did he really mean by that parable? If you understand the story I told about Alexandra and how mustard is biting, you might get the answer. Enjoy your search and enjoy the mustard with your